Hey guys, it's me, and today for lunch I'm having broccoli beef. This was actually a staple in my home. As many of you know, my mother is Korean. She's not gone or anything, but she would make this quite frequently. It's not even a Korean recipe or anything. It's like just broccoli, any like really good quality beef, onions, bell peppers, carrots, and some ginger and garlic and soy sauce and some cornstarch and a little bit of sugar and water, and you just cook it and it's amazing. Yeah, but it really brings me back home. That's just the iced coffee I made at home. Yeah, so we would have this quite frequently. My dad actually doesn't like a lot of Korean food. He likes kind of the popular stuff that's already toned down a little bit, not too spicy or anything. So like grilled meats, like bulgogi. He didn't like really the hardcore Korean food. He didn't really like. So I eat this occasionally, and it's really kind of nice for me because I've been kind of under the weather for a while now, and I haven't really been able to eat what I've been wanting to eat. It's been upsetting my stomach, and also just like my appetite wasn't there. So I finally got it back, and this is one of my favorite dishes. So also, like, let me back up a little bit. Also, I'm getting ready to take a job as a travel nurse somewhere, so I'm really excited. That's my first contract that I'll be signing as a travel nurse. I think that it's a really good I think it's going to be a really good type of job for me because it's going to allow me to have like short commitment times, not get so burnt out on nursing, but also make quite a bit of money so that I can fund my dream, which is to travel all over the world. So that is my goal in life. My goal in life is not to own a house or, you know, have lots of cars or anything like that. My goal is to fund my travel desires, and that's who I want to be, and that's how I want to live my life. That makes me really happy. So I'm really excited about it. And where I'm gonna go is somewhere I've never been. And then on the side, it'll allow me to do the stuff that I really love as well, other than travel, which is making some content. And I've been getting into a lot of like healing stuff on the side, you know, yoga, meditation, and things like that, doing private lessons. So private sessions as well. I'm really excited. And yeah. What else do you guys eat for lunch at your house that your parents actually made all the time? This is one of my favorites. Although I picked like a really chewy cut of meat. I don't know what happened there, but as all of you know, it's really expensive to buy anything now. So I'm just really lucky that I can afford to buy like good quality stuff. And I'm at the point in my life where I can't just buy food because it's the cheapest thing. Like, I feel like a lot of the cheaper foods are actually not good for you. So things like, you know, I call it mac and cheese, but in Canada they call it Kraft Dinner. But Those are they're a little bit more expensive now, but they're cheaper, right? So you could feed people really cheaply on those. However, it's horrible for your health. So I try to find and invest my money on food that's a little bit higher quality, and that way I feel better about it. Sorry, I had to get rid of that like piece. But yeah, I will spend like a little bit more money on better quality stuff, and so I just won't eat as much, right? So like if your body is satiated and you have good quality food, you tend to eat a little bit less, because like you're just satisfied. And so yeah. I think for dinner I'm going to make I really like marbled rye bread. So rye bread with melted provolone and smoked ham, Kewpie mayonnaise, and some Dijon mustard, and fry that up with some butter. So yeah, what's your favorite dish? I really miss Korean food. It's really hard to make though, because you have to make so much of it or it doesn't make sense. Like Korean food is meant for big families, and so you make a lot of something, and so I can't really just like make things, you know, casually and just have like 10 side dishes in my refrigerator go bad. So if anybody wants to like have Korean food, come on over. Yeah. So actually, this is a coffee I made today, and then it got cold, so I've just put it in ice. Playing some video games. Yeah. And actually I found out like mukbangs, they're called mukbangs, not mukbangs, but mukbangs. So this thing that you're watching people eat came about in, I think, Japan a long time ago, actually, because generally for like businessmen. So businessmen are so busy in Japan, they have a lot of pressure to do a lot of work, and they work so many hours, and sometimes they like would have to get a hotel or something in a city that was not where their home was, and so they would opt to eat alone. And so they had this mukbang situation going on in Japan where you would just like pay somebody to eat and you would just watch them eat, but it was more of a live situation where you would interact with each other. But it became really famous in Japan, and then now it's like famous all over the world. So that to me is the good thing about mukbangs. It's not just, you know, I'm eating in front of you, and you know, I don't like the really hardcore mukbangs where they're just like stuffing themselves. I like these kinds of ones where you're just having a meal with someone. And you know, for instance, like I had a lot of trouble with eating during one of my injuries, and I just didn't want to have food. I just didn't feel like eating, but then I would get like really hungry watching people eat really good food. And so I really appreciate everyone who does this, and so that's why I am just kind of putting this out there. I mean, it's one of my favorite dishes. So I hope you have a good day. I will try to record my dinner with you, and I'll talk to you soon, okay?